So I tested 4 credit farms solo, which include the Index, Profit Taker, 1999 Safe Hunting, as well as using the secura lecta in the Saturn Survival Mission Titan to see which truly is the best credit farm. For my testing, I did not use a credit booster, credit blessing, or a double credit weekend, except for the secura lecta method, as Warframe kept giving me a credit booster as a login reward, so I will just cut the number of credits earned in half. I also did multiple missions prior to testing, so I wouldn't have my first mission bonus, which boosts credits for only one mission. For all missions except Titan, since it is a survival mission, I did 10 runs of each. For Titan, I did a 30-minute run, which is roughly the average amount of time it took doing 10 of each mission. For mission times, I only included the duration of the actual mission and not extra time needed to start the mission up again through navigation. For all missions, my companion that I used was a Panzer Volpophyla with the Prosperous Retriever mod that has an 18% chance to double credit pickups, except for Titan, I used the Sunika Kubro, but it also had the Prosperous Retriever mod. Now for the Index, I did only one wave and left and restarted the process, so I would have more accurate times per wave instead of just one large timer. The Index also has 2 different arenas, which is Gasworks and the Outpost. The Outpost is the arena that you would want and prefer for credit farming. You can actually forcibly load up this arena by loading up the Index through your clan navigation and also through a relay navigation. Starting off with the Index, since I typically use Wukong to AFK farm, I had to slap together a build which is Revenant with the Fullman to stay invulnerable while being able to deal decent damage to enemies without having to worry about ammo. This is the Revenant and Fullman build I used. And after 10 runs, these are the numbers, which comes out to a total of 2.5 million credits, or roughly 250,000 credits every 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Moving on to Profit Taker, I am still using for the most part the same build and method for fighting the Profit Taker, which I do have a build video on my profile. The only thing different is I am using a Sicarus Incarnate instead of the Tenet Diplos. I'm still using the Gravimag Mausoleum to take down the legs instead of the faster method, which would be using a Necromech with the Velocitus or Corvus. This is the Chroma build I use along with the weapons. After 10 runs, these are the numbers, which comes out to 2,952,937 credits, or about 295,293 credits every 2 minutes and 40 seconds. On to 1999 Safe Hunting. This is my Chroma build with a crap ton of parkour velocity with 1 Tau Forge parkour velocity shard, as well as the Helmet's ability Golden Instinct, and I also have the Parallax air support to help. The best mission to do this on is a Legasite Harvest, since you only have to capture one target and you have the rest of the mission to go look for the safe. I also cheated by waiting for a Legasite bounty mission with a safe hunting objective, so the safe would be marked the entire mission so I wouldn't have to use my abilities or air support to find it. After 10 runs, these are the numbers, which comes out to 2,882,346 credits, or about 288,234 credits every 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Now for the very last credit farm, using the secura lecta in the Titan survival mission. Here is the Chroma and secura lecta build I used along with the Lex Prime to deal with Acolytes and the Sunika Kubro. I also did this specifically on Steel Path. I tried doing it on normal, but it was just very slow on normal. You are able to do this during a relic fissure as well for farming prime parts, as well as boosted resource and credit boosters. I also want to note that I've known about this method for a long time, however I never bothered to try it as I never had the setup or knowledge to actually do it. So with that being said, the amount that I've earned isn't as efficient as it should be. For roughly 30 minutes, I earned 10,041,334 credits, but like I said earlier, I had a booster, so we're cutting that number in half to about 5,020,667 credits. And if I am doing my math right, that is roughly 334,711 credits every 2 minutes, give or take. So after all that, with the little info I have, the secure lecta method on Titan is the best credit farm for just purely credits. It's also the most stressful in my opinion and most inconsistent with the types of enemies spawning, and requires some decent RNG for not only the correct tile set for the room you want to spawn in, but for the rooms around you as well for the most efficient farm. During one of my runs, it was spawning in a lot of leech Eximus, and another run a lot of blitz and volatile Eximus, which really weren't an issue. The biggest issue was on my third test run. It was spawning a bunch of Jade Eximus every 1 to 2 minutes, which was very annoying because they still spawn in a Jade Light even when ensnared, which means I had to stop my farming to take out the Jade Eximus, which led to me having to basically wipe the entire room, slowing down the run. So with that info, despite being a better credit farm, Profit Taker in my opinion is better, as it is not as stressful and is still pretty easy to do. But if you are willing to get the setup and try your luck with the RNG and hope for better spawns and spawn rates and different types of enemies, Titan is not only a better credit farm but also a pretty profitable farm, as you get a lot of mods, endo, and also arcanes and planetary resources. And if you do a relic feature, then obviously everything else gets boosted up, as well as farming for prime parts.